Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Make sure everything's connected. And I am here. Welcome, Wim. Wim just gifted like 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Wim. I hope you're doing better and feeling well. Put some hearts in the chat if you've been blessed by Wim. Shout out to everybody. I'm trying to put my little hair going on. Listen. So I woke up and Baby Bunny decided to do art on my hand. Now, I thought they made Crayola markers so that like this shit is supposed to be washable, right? I don't know about you guys, but it's look, can y'all see that? I have been washing and scraping and she did this morning, right? So I've been like washing. It don't go away. It's like permanent now. I give this child that special paper, you know what I mean? But it's just like, but you need the special markers for that special paper. And so then, whatever. Anyway, so it's like all over my arm. You know what, H? You're not lying. Like, it doesn't work on skin. It does it. And then it comes with the special paper. But this one, she had regular markers here. So clearly. So I don't know what Crayola is putting in their freaking what is it called in their ingredients of these markers, but now they made it so she went from the walls to like writing on my skin. The other day I had this whole, I didn't even notice, I had a whole marking like right on my leg, big old marking. I had no idea, and I'm wondering where did this come from, and I realized it was the markers. Welcome everybody. Thank you. It's a special tattoo. Some people would have tattooed this. Gail, I can't tattoo. What is this? Like, how am I supposed to tattoo this? And then this would be painful right here. I don't even know what that is. Could y'all see that? What is that? I know it's purple. At least she matches the hair. Look. But still, she's about to turn 3 on the 1st. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. LOL, the joys of being a mother. You ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. Sylvia's in the house. Thank you guys for being here. Let me see who else. Y'all have been waiting. Brady Becca, Cheeks. Thank you. Nebby, Franca, welcome. Shout out to you. Tina's in the house. Thank you for being here. Archie's mom, Shauna B. Brady Becca, thank you for being here. Let's see, Nebby. I see Nebby. Beaker Bob, welcome. Tina, tu mamá, tu madre, tu mamá ya llegaste, welcome. Just a tea, please. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Stace, how are you? Clearly suppressive. Thank you for being here. Elsa, clearly suppressive again. Shout out to y'all. All right. Who else? Storm, how are you, love? Hope you're doing well. Andrew, how you doing? Shout out to Andrew in the chat. Thank you for being here. Who else? Is it Jacqueline? Jacqueline, Sylvia. Yes, hurry up, can't wait. What does Sylvia say? Hey, take your time, but hurry up. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Take your time, but hurry up. Now, did you guys answer the poll? Would you sit 15 hours on a flight after someone passes away right next to you? Now, let me just, we're about to start with that one right there, because that one really, I felt kind of bad for these people, and we're gonna. I guess they did an interview too, so we'll look into that. Hey, Christy. Hey, Didi. I'm so sorry. That sucks. I'm sorry, and I know what that feels like. I feel like I go through that. I already told you the months where we go through everybody kind of being sick, and just yeah. So I completely get it. I'm sorry. Oh, hello from Australia. Welcome. Orgasm is in the house. Welcome. Jackie, welcome. You put no. Well, Bag Lady says she meant to put no, but she put yes. Shout out to Bag Lady. You said how many times we fly, there's a body in a hole. Ooh, you know what, James? You ain't never lie. Because don't they transport bodies under the plane? Like they take them to like the destination? But there's a difference, James, between sitting next to a dead body and actually having a dead body under the plane. I mean, there's a difference there. Is it just me? Or what? What do y'all think? You said I had to do it when my hubby died last year. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Orgasm. I'm sorry that happened to you. Whew, my condolences. Darcy, welcome. Everybody, Miyu, how you doing, Miyu? I'm already copying up the fear of the entire time, and I'm on a plane. Well, yeah, there's a big difference. I would say, James, I'm just gonna say there's a big difference. They did something there. I flew with my cremated brother, but no other way. Okay, Jima, Hawaii. Right, and that would be different. But cremated, I guess the lady just died. Okay, so let's get into the story. All right, let's get it because I sat there and I said, "Oh, we got to talk about this." Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how I would feel about this. And they did an interview too. Welcome, Lorraine Taylor. Thank you. Shout out to everybody from the UK. Shout out to the people from the UK. All right. Married couple forced to sit next to woman's body after she dropped dead on 15-hour flight. Okay. So this is the couple right here. Let's see if we could play this a little bit. But see, it's loading an ad, of course. New York Post.
Mitch, if you can just sort of explain what happened on the flight, because I know this woman walked out of the bathroom and collapsed next to your seat. Did that then play out?
Let me know if y'all hear it.
Well, the staff were there in no time, and
can you guys hear it? Let me know.
On the back, they did
because I don't hear it.
A wonderful job trying to revive her. It was right beside me in the aisle.
It's hard to sit next to
They did everything they could.
Can you guys hear it? Because I don't hear the lady.
Unfortunately, the lady couldn't be saved.
You hear it? Okay.
Which was pretty heartbreaking to watch.
Let's see. Why are my AirPods acting up? Give me 1 sec, y'all. Here it is. Now my AirPods are connected.
The all-new Nissan Kicks.
Now I hear it. Okay.
Plus, starting at just $21,830.
Okay. Let me go back a little bit.
Mitch, if you can just sort of explain what happened on the flight, because I know this woman walked out of the bathroom. Mitch, if you can just sort of explain what happened on the flight, because I know this woman walked out of the bathroom and collapsed next to your seat. How did that then play out?
Well, the staff were there in no time, and I pat them on the back. They did a wonderful job trying to revive her. It was right beside me in the aisle. And they did everything they could, but unfortunately, the lady couldn't be saved, which was pretty heartbreaking to watch.
Oh man, oh my God! I'm gonna tell you, it's a little bit different when you have somebody die in front of you too. Can we put when you have somebody pass away and it's like right in front of you? I've seen that happen, and it's just traumatizing, guys. It really is. So I feel for them if they had seen something, especially when another part of trauma is when they're trying to revive someone. I could tell you, oh my God, I've had at least 2 situations like that, and it's just trauma. It's trauma when you see it and when it happens. So married couple forced to sit next to woman's body after she dropped dead on 15-hour flight. So here we go. So a husband and wife say that they were forced to sit next to a woman's body. They were forced to sit next to a woman's body for several hours after she dropped dead on a 15-hour flight. Mitchell Ring and Jennifer Collins were en route to Melbourne, Australia, to Qatar, when the unidentified female passenger suffered a medical emergency in the aisle through the long-haul Qatar Airway flights, a current affair reported. Unfortunately, the lady couldn't be saved. And look, y'all, this is it. I think they covered her. I don't think she's in a body bag or anything like that. Unfortunately, the lady couldn't be saved, which is pretty heartbreaking to watch. I'm sorry, but literally sitting right there next to this lady, I couldn't do that. I'm just telling y'all, I'd have a hard time. And then they're just looking straight. Breathing the air, the dead body's in. What did the lady die of? I didn't even think of that, Britt. I guess they'll have to do an autopsy to determine what happened or what was going on. I don't think they make emergency medical landings. Well, I don't know. That's a 15-hour flight. So from Australia to Qatar. Let's see, how many hours is that? Give me 1 second. Australia to Qatar. Flight map. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I mean, you're in bodies of ocean, you guys. You can't really where would you stop? Look, where would you stop? It's 15 hours. The longest flight, was it 14 hours that I took from, we went to Hawaii. And that was a long flight. And we had a stop. I think it was like Arizona. It's been a couple years. I can't even remember. You think it's disrespectful? I mean, how do you handle this though? Like, where is there a place where, like, if she passed away, where would they be able to put her? I guess that's the question that I have. Where would you put somebody that passes away mid-flight? That's the question. That looks like way too many hours for me sitting. I'm sorry, but it's traumatizing when I had an issue actually when we went to Hawaii. Somebody passed away while we were in Hawaii. And that's a long story. That was very traumatizing. And then I encountered somebody who attempted S, and they were trying to revive that person. And I was in my teens when that happened. That was trauma. I don't even want to talk about that because I had to go to therapy for that too. That was too much to see that. I was in an NA international flight attended for the military, and we couldn't call it in an air, but all planes were equipped for the AED defibrillator. Oh, Margot. They could have placed her somewhere else. They could have moved people around. That's what I'm saying. Did they not have any empty seats? Was it a full flight? Because just imagine, you can't just stop unless there's no stop. I mean, they cross a couple, that area over there, but there really isn't a whole lot of stops anywhere else. So it does make you wonder what happened. And, they had to fly throughout that whole time. He said, unfortunately, the lady couldn't be saved. Pretty much was very heartbreaking to watch. He said to watch. So they put her back in the seat. They tried to wheel her up towards business class, but she was quite a large lady, and they couldn't get her through the aisles. Oh, man. Okay. The Australian couple who had 2 spare seats in their front row of 4 said the frustrated flight crew then asked them to shift over so they could prop the corpse up alongside them. They said, "Can you move over, please?" And I said, "Yes, no problem." Oh my God. Oh my God. Then, no worries, orgasm. I'm telling you, it's like trauma. You have to be careful when you consume some of this. We will be moving on from this topic here in a little bit, but like, oh my God, I just have to say that. That's an issue I forgot. Dead weight's a huge thing, y'all. Like, they can't do anything, Rihanna. Like, they really can't, right? I know. That's why I'm like, oh my God. It's traumatic. I'm just saying, like, I've encountered 2 of these things, and when I was a teenager, oh my God, y'all, like, I can't even go into it because I need to talk to someone if I even describe what happened. They need airfare for life. Renee, right? Like, they need something, but yes, it's hard to leave the plane. Absolutely. May she rest in peace. Absolutely. We don't know her. We don't know her cause of death, so keep that in mind. Okay, so then they placed the lady in the chair I was in. A shocking photo of the grim ordeal captured on captured Ring watching his TV as the woman's body sat next to him. Ring claims he spent 4 hours sitting next to the woman's blanket-covered body. Yeah, there's nothing you can do in a situation like this. When they finally landed, the couple who were flying to Italy saw the airline crew told them to remain in their seats while first responders came to retrieve the body. So yeah, because they had to go in first before they let people out of the plane. So first responders have to, they have to go in there first. Oh my God. And then you have to wait for that too. Like, this is just, anyways. I can't believe they told us to stay. It wasn't nice, Ring said. So he was like, I didn't want to be there. I mean, just imagine, I already had to fly with this woman's body, for so many hours, and then they're telling me that I have to stay, but they don't have a choice, right? Because first responders have to respond. So that's what they have to do. I don't know. Qatar Airways said that they were in the process of reaching out to the couple in the wake of the ordeal. First and foremost, our thoughts are with the family of the passenger who sadly passed away on board our flight, Qatar Airways spokesperson said in a statement. We apologize for the inconvenience or distress this incident may cause and are in the process of contacting passengers in line with our policies and procedures. Well, that better include freaking a lot of free flights. I don't know. Like, you guys should have contacted them right away. That's what I got to say about that. They would be refunding me. They would be doing the most. That's what they yes. That's how I feel. Yeah, biggest trigger warning, y'all. But like I said, when you see something like this, just I had a flight that someone you said, hold up. I had a flight that someone died while we were landing. It's traumatic. It's traumatic. It's very traumatic. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel for them. Like, first of all, especially if they're working on the person, working that's trauma. If you ever see anybody working on somebody, oh my God, like that scarred me for life. I'm just gonna say that. I said, well, I ain't gonna be no doctor, that's for sure. And then anyways, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I am behind. Sometimes bodies can't be moved and the flight is full, but I hope they got refunded their money. G14, I hope so too. I really do. You know what, Mel? You know what? I was thinking about this too. I said, first of all, don't y'all get, especially after what happened with all the situation, like, don't you get weirded out when somebody's coughing next to you? I begin like this now. Like, I'd be like, I have normalized walking. Sometimes I'm at home and I'm like this. And baby bunny will be like, what do you do? I don't know. It's a habit. It feels like I've learned in the last 4, I never used to do that. But now it's like, I'm like this. And I'd be walking around the store like this, especially if I have a hoodie or a long shirt. And then I realize, I don't know, maybe it's a coping skill now. It's just weird. I had to try to revive my mom and can still see her eyes 6 years on. James, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's very traumatizing when you see somebody, like, people trying to revive people. It's trauma that I can't even I can't even explain. Whew. Shout out to y'all. You said, but I see things differently, I guess because I'm a retired pet. See, and by the way, shout out to our beautiful, wonderful first responders, paramedics, all of our beautiful, wonderful legal too, but medical professionals, Sylvia, everybody that works in hospitals. Y'all are amazing for the work that you do. I couldn't do it. Shout out to you guys. And I'm surprised that there might have been no doctors in that flight. I'm sure they probably asked for like a doctor and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Hey, Sama, how are you? Shout out to you. Yeah, and we have to keep it going. Just imagine. Whew. All right, y'all. So let's move on from that situation. Hi, Upside Down. Welcome. Anyways, let's move on. So I hope that they figured something out with this whole situation because it needs to be figured out. All right, let's talk about something that let's talk about Diddy real quick. Diddy. All right. Diddy. So above the law, Sean Combs' former lawyer no longer arguing whether Diddy did it. So I was sitting there and I was like, okay. Like, what do you mean they're no longer arguing whether Diddy did it? Bad boy can't stop, won't stop. But Anthony Rico can and will. So this has been like the trending news here and there when it comes to like this attorney kind of basically saying I'm out. You guys can have it. What I heard was that the reason why the attorney left was because of like they couldn't decide on the legal strategy to the defense. They couldn't decide on how to best properly represent him or what defense to take. So you'd expect smooth sailing in the case that had around 1,000 bottles of baby oil seized as evidence. Given his millionaire status, Sean Combs was able to retain some of the best lawyers money could buy. Unfortunately, while big bucks may be a major thing, they aren't the only thing. One of the high-profile lawyers representing Sean Combs hit a rock representing Diddy, and now he wants out. So this has been like a coverage that's been ongoing. Now, he hasn't given like any big interviews or anything like that. But I have a feeling, and this is why I wanted to bring it up. I said I have a feeling that this is gonna come up again. Like there's going like Anthony, Rico is probably gonna make a statement once he's able to talk about what he didn't agree to as far as the defense goes. All right, let's get it going. So Elizabeth Holmes, who was in my title yesterday, and I forgot to mention her. She had some news yesterday. Okay, Elizabeth Holmes, the Theranos lady. Y'all know her. You guys, we've talked about Elizabeth Holmes here. Elizabeth Holmes' bid to overturn conviction denied. Why experts believe it's the end of the road for her. She's like serving like an 11-year sentence, right? My understanding. So she was found guilty on several counts of wire fraud in 2022. And an appeals court in California has denied a plea by disgraced Theranos founder, Elizabeth Holmes, currently serving a prison sentence to have her 2022 conviction overturned. Now, Holmes founded the billion-dollar blood testing company at the age of 19. Listen, that right there, my friends, should have been a red flag. What 19-year-old is founding companies that have to do with blood at the age of 19? Yes, I like to know. Oh, and by the way, let me shout out some people here now that I'm thinking about it. Can y'all drop some hearts for Jen, whose birthday was yesterday? Y'all drop some hearts for her. And do we have another birthday? Let me know. Do we have another birthday? Do we have who else? Was it Storm? Why am I seeing Storm's birthday too? Happy birthday, y'all. Happy birthday. Yes. So y'all drop some hearts for Jen. Now, Storm, let me know. I don't want to misspeak. Who else's birthday? Shout out to y'all. Storm too? Well, we got to. Okay, so y'all drop some hearts and some cakes and some, wine champagne glasses for the birthday people. Happy birthday, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aw, y'all are amazing. Yes, yes. So we do have two birthday. Is it the Pisces? Shout out to the Pisces. Shout out to the Pisces. Shout out to y'all. Happy birthday. Birthday twinsies. Yes. Happy birthday, y'all. Okay. Let's get it together. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for dropping and saying happy birthday. Red flag. Listen, I love young entrepreneurs, but you guys don't think it's a red flag if a 19-year-old is billion-dollar blood testing company at the age of 19. I said, at the age of 19, I couldn't even get my head together. What would you guys doing at the age of 19? Let me know. I couldn't tell you that I had my shout out to her. She was able to do it, but now she's in prison at the age of 19. Crazy. But hey, okay. So she was convicted alongside Sunny Balwani. Y'all remember Sunny Balwani? Her ex-boyfriend and the former president of Theranos. Balwani appealed of his conviction, which resulted in a prison sentence of 13 years, was rejected alongside with Holmes. In an opinion filed in a California court on Monday, February 24, 3 judges ruled that the issues Holmes raised about her trial and the grounds on which she sought her sentence be overturned were not valid. Holmes argued that the trial judge improperly allowed former employees of Theranos to testify as expert witnesses. Remember, the employees were like the whistleblowers. Listen, HBO did a documentary on this, and I thought it was a documentary that was very well done. And they spoke to these whistleblowers. You said at the age of 19, I was moving to a new city and living on my own, but I wasn't starting no company. Listen, at the age of 19, see, Gail said I was pregnant. I don't know what y'all doing at the age of 19. At the age of 19, I told you guys that, what did I do? 18, that's when I went, a little crazy. I was. And then at the age of 19, I was a little bit more crazier. I traveled around on a Greyhound for a while at the age of 19 and pretty much went everywhere. I mean, I was everywhere. So I wasn't thinking about, forming companies at the age of 19. But I mean, maybe her entrepreneurial, spirit was there. I don't know. But I just think that was, she found it at the age of 19. You were in college? Look, that's what I'm saying. College and clubbing. What do y'all think? Let me know. Oh, and I saw Andrew make a comment about this, about the client privilege. So this is on the Diddy. I think Rico wrote the motion concerning the Mann Act, but people need to realize this motion admits PD guilt. Rico basically screwed up Annie. I'm going to have to look into that. See, I wonder about this. Thank you, Annie, for that. I didn't want to forget that comment. And then I saw Andrew's. Oh my God, Sly. Thank you for the 1999. Thank you, love. Shout out to Sly. I appreciate it, sweetie. Thank you for supporting my channel. You're amazing. You said no mercy. She slept with the guru. She played with people's health and safety while scamming people's deep pocket. This is what did Beth Carras said about lady over there? She is like the Elizabeth Holmes with this other company. Y'all remember that? And I told you guys when I first started covering BJ's lawsuit and stuff, I said, who else reminds you of this Theranos situation where you kind of playing on people's lives? Yeah, kind of like that. Okay? Kind of like that. Sama, thank you for being a member for 19 months. Shout out to you, love. Shout out to you. Thank you, my golden girl. Shout out to you. Lima, let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. Oh my God. Anyways, let's keep going. In an opinion filed in a California court, we read this part. So 3 judges ruled that the issues of Holmes raised about her trial and the grounds on which she sought her sentence be overturned were not valid. Holmes argued that the trial judge improperly allowed 4 employees, which were the whistleblowers probably, to testify as expert witnesses, but the opinion filed on Monday held that the former employees spoke from their own experiences and not as experts. While some aspects of the testimonies veered into expert testimonies, part of that was opinion. Any error was harmless. So she's not happy. And let me say this, like, I thought motherhood, because becoming a mom does sometimes mature people. I know it did mature me a lot. She's still behind bars inventing health plans for folks. That's what I want to know. That you said that girl, that whole pantry app from Australia who lied about brain cancer. What is her name? There's another app that, is it scam? There was another person who scammed and said that she had cancer. What's her name? Scamanda? Y'all remember that one? Oh my God. I'm telling you, between lying and saying that you have some kind of health miracle thing to cure mental health or cure cancer with blood. And let me tell you, I still remember, when I saw that documentary, okay? Let me see if I can do the Elizabeth Theranos voice, which, by the way, I heard that she lost her voice now behind bars. She's speaking normally, okay? Hey guys, welcome. I was first they say you're crazy, then they think you're a lunatic, and then they lock you up and throw away the key. Yo, I could do her voice. Did I do it right? Because I remember hearing her speak. First they say you're crazy, then they lock you up, then they throw away the key, and then they discredit you. So she lost her voice, y'all. She don't got that voice no more, y'all. She don't got that voice no more. So the voice box is in the trash, my friends. I'm just saying. Don, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships, love. If you have been blessed by Wim or Don or anybody else, please put some hearts in the chat. Thank you, Don. Did I do it right? That woman was a trip. I watched the documentary and the movie, and her voice reminded me of Rami from Rami and Michelle High School. Yo, who invented Post-its? Remember, I was thinking about that movie the other day. I said, oh man, the Post-its. Y'all, did she said that her dad invented Post-its or something like that, and they went to the high school reunion? Yeah, that's what it was. Oh my God, I cannot, y'all. See, that right here, my friend. You want to talk about who should be behind conservatorships? People that are harming other people. Case in point. This lady right here. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. Shout out to everybody. Romeo Show. That's a classic. It really is. I love it when YouTube does free classics and we can watch the classics on YouTube. But anyways, for free. Okay. So the judges also dismisses Holmes' claims that the Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services report, which was presented in court during trial, misled the jury. Holmes had further claimed that the district court violated her rights when they denied her access to cross-examine a former Theranos laboratory director, but the opinion held that limiting that access was justifiable. Here's my question. Where's she coming up with this money to defend herself? That's what I want to know. I need to understand this. Where? Ooh, Sama. Ooh. Need my pain meds. I just had, please, recovery, okay? Take care, love, and thank you for joining us. My goodness, y'all. So a former federal prosecutor attorney tells People this denial likely doom Holmes' chances of having her conviction reversed. This is likely the end of the road for Holmes, so she's gonna be staying there. She gets one appeal as of right, and this is it. Adding that while there may be options for other appeals, only a small percentage of those results into a hearing. So that's good. So lady just had kids, okay? She just had kids, and I do feel for her because she just had kids, but I also feel like she didn't care about anybody else. She didn't care about anybody else, okay? Nobody else's health when she was doing the BS that she was doing. She didn't care. So that's how I feel about her. Am I right for feeling that way? Let me know. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Oh my God. Y'all in the doctor's office to get a heat rash checked in? Oh my God. Caroline Mary, be careful, all right? That sounds painful. There's heat rashes when there's like snow on. Wow, that's crazy. She's a sociopath. Yeah, I think she's a psychopath. But I feel bad for her kids. I just don't know where she's coming up with this money to defend herself. I don't know. All right, let's move on. We have to talk about Liam Payne, and this might be I'm gonna do a shorter video on this today. But I have some other videos that I got lined up to do as well on this. So I'm excited about this news. I'm hopeful about this news. So Liam Payne's friend Roger Norris and Buenos Aires hotel workers could still face manslaughter charges as prosecutors consider an appeal. This ain't done. And I hope that they consider an appeal. This is not done. Argentinian public prosecutors have confirmed that they're considering appealing the decision to drop manslaughter charges against three men, including Liam Payne's close friend Rogelio Norris, following the singer's fatal Buenos Aires hotel balcony plunge. They said they were evaluating appeals in their first statement since it merged last week. The U.S. businessman, Mr. Norris, and two hotel workers were cleared. So they walked out of there saying, we're clear, we're done, we're not, now they're considering. I'm hopeful because in my opinion, I feel like there was a grave injustice done here. And I don't know. I know, Storm, they need to stop calling the close friend. The close friend would have had him at his home so that he would have been observed. I hate that. I hate the narrative there. That's what I have to say. I'm aggravated by this case. I really am. This is why I'm like, I need to be careful with the videos that I do when it comes to Liam Payne, because I really get on my fifis when it comes to this, and I'm not trying to, honestly. I'm trying to be able to report it, but it's hard. Especially when you feel like it's just it's just an injustice. That's what it feels like to me. I don't know. That's my opinion, though. Justice can never escape. I hope not, but we'll see. So appeal court judges reversed an earlier lower court decision at the end of December to charge them, but confirmed two other men accused of selling the former One Direction singer cocaine before his fall from Casa Sur Palermo Hotel should remain in prison and still face prosecution. The Argentinian public prosecutors have now issued a statement referring to a possible appeal relating to the overturned manslaughter charges. An appeal could also be launched privately by Buenos Aires law firm Marvel O'Farrell Marial, I think that's how you say his last name, which is reportedly acting on behalf of Payne's family. A spokesman for the Argentinian public prosecutor said the public prosecutor's office and the plaintiff will now evaluate the appeals. So just like how they appealed, now they can appeal. People can appeal in different sides. You know what I mean? Exactly, Darcy. I know. Chale, cómo le echan a esto all the time? All the time, el amigo, all the fucking time. I'm sorry, and I'm cussing because I get so passionate. I'm like, hi, let me stop. Okay. They also revealed more evidence against waiter Brian Nahuel Paez, who was admitted to taking drugs with Payne, but denied he sold any narcotics. We knew Brian Paez was lying. Like the guy from the jump. And some people felt like, wow, we feel so sorry. I don't. He lied. To me, he also got clout out of a situation that was just unfair. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. A police report on the accused residents of block flats of 400 Agüero Street in the Buenos Aires neighborhood of, is it Balnavera? Concludes that all the inhabitants' families there earn their livings mainly from selling drugs. Don't forget those text messages that are, this is the part that I wonder about this. Did they look into this? There were some messages that Rogelio Nores had with Liam Payne about where to go, knowing that this man was struggling. I don't like it. But that's just my thought on that. So Mr. Norton said last week that he is delighted to be cleared of any involvement. Yeah, F them. I can't even read any more about what he says or didn't say. We covered a little bit of this. I did a video on the interview that the attorney did. So, I mean, hopefully there's an appeal, and hopefully that works in favor of Liam Payne's dad. And that's what I'm going to say about that. I can't even get into it too much. Joyce, thank you for being a member for a month. Shout out to you, Joyce. Thank you for supporting my channel. Okay. That's what I have to say about that. And I have to move on because this is too much. It makes me upset. Okay. Oh man. All right. A couple things I want to talk about before we get into this story. Okay. So I opened up a Rumble account and I had to remove the video because I'm reading the contract on Rumble about, like, there's this thing about Rumble and YouTube if you have a YouTube account, and because like, oh Lord, look, there's this thing about Rumble and YouTube. So I got to figure that there's like a contract that I have to read just to make sure that it doesn't impact my YouTube channel if I have a Rumble account. I didn't know how easy it was to earn on Rumble. Actually, I'm a little impressed by it. I feel like when it comes to YouTube, you literally have to break an arm and a leg to get monetized. I mean, it's gotten better, but when I first started, it was hard to get monetized. And then before that, I heard that other people struggled getting monetized. But Rumble has made it very easy for people to get monetized. So I got to figure out how to best like maneuver, like, do I upload on Rumble things that I can't upload on YouTube? How do I make that work? I gotta and then they don't censor you the way in which they censor people on YouTube. So I don't know. You know what? I'll say this. There's not a lot of people there. I think like I it was kind of like YouTube. You kind of have to build from the ground up. And so then maybe that's what I have to do. But I heard that that it's like they're actually pretty good when it comes to payment and actually earning funds. It's a lot easier to earn and there's less censorship over there. So I might do a couple videos over there and then do just kind of grow another platform. But I'll be honest with you, I'm horrible at growing, like keeping up. Like I barely got the TikTok. We are at 1,000. The Facebook, I think we're at a 3. Facebook is shit when it comes to being monetized. I don't like their system. Rumble is pretty straightforward, so I might have to consider looking into that over there a little bit more and growing that a little bit. But yeah, that's my thought. Yeah, beware of that, because I heard it's like a we really win, but I heard that it's a little bit crazy over there. Like, you gotta be careful, because they got some interesting stuff over there. You said Rumble takes 40% and you can cash out after 50. Rumble is the Wild West. The drama community goes over there when they get stuck here. That's interesting. I like the fact that you can cash out at 50, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not bad. So maybe it might be nice to maybe look into over there. But we will see. Okay. There's a lot of pedo catcher teams on Rumble. Really? Huh. All right. Okay. Well, thank you, Jeremiah. Shout out to you. Okay. So I got to figure that out, and then I'll re-upload that video somehow or something until I figure out what it looks like here on YouTube. Yes, Belen. Every super chat, they take 40% out. They do. It sucks because that's a lot. It used to be 30 and went to 30 to 40. So that's why first of all, I appreciate all the memberships and super chats, but just note that they do take, as they do that. That's what they do. They just, I don't know. That's how they are. I want to get to a topic before I lose my mind. Okay, I want to shout out Miss Polton, okay? Because she actually came into my channel and left me a comment and gave me permission to use her content as I see fit. Miss Polton is a journalist from the UK. Sonia Polton, excuse me. Almost dropped my drink. Sonia Polton, this is her channel, y'all. Make sure you guys go over there and subscribe, okay? So after my stuff was censored in the UK, I'm actually talking to somebody who's got some kind of legal experience in this kind of thing, because it's very specific, right? And I know that UK laws are a little bit different when it comes to defamation and whatnot. So what I understand, this is just what I've been able to observe, is that certain videos have been put on private from that other channel because lady over here, not Sonia, but Julia Wandelt is facing some pretty serious charges. And I actually wanted to understand, well, like, what is the difference? And it sounds like she's like in Crown Court, which is a little bit different. And some people say that it guarantees like prison time if it's Crown Court versus your magistrate type of situation. Now, typically stalking is like it's not that it's not a huge offense, but they did make a change to where that it is. And because she's been doing this for 2 years to the McCann family, she's actually could very well be in trouble here, which makes sense to me now as to why that other guy over there who wants to censor content creators here and wants to report on Diddy and a bunch of other people, but wants to censor people over here and misuse that tool. That makes sense as to why he privated his videos when it came to this topic. I get it. It's okay. So upside down. So there's a difference. It's like civil court versus criminal court. Yeah, I mean, you don't go to jail for civil court, right? You shouldn't, at least, but criminal court, right? So it's like you have the magistrate and Crown Court. I'm not familiar with the UK stuff. Shout out to everybody from the UK, but I thought this was interesting. You think you hope she gets in trouble for harassing the family? Well, it's the enabling of the harassment. Like, everybody should get in trouble. If you've been enabling this bullshit after she apologized to the McCanns, you guys, and now the family, her biological family, I'm going to say that, okay, because that's what we know them as. Her family has been forced to go into hiding. So Madeleine McCann's obsessive forces devastated parents into hiding. I think they meant to say obsession. The parents of the Polish woman who claims to be Maddie McCann have fled their home and gone into hiding after their daughter was arrested at Bristol Airport for stalking the McCann family. Julia Wandelt appeared in court yesterday following her arrest on suspicion of stalking, involving serious alarm and distress to Kate and Jerry McCann and the two other children. Okay. So is it Dorada Wendell, who owns a fashion boutique, and her husband? Well, they put their names out there. They put Julia's parents' names out there. Is it Piort? I don't even know how. I don't even want to say the last name because I don't ever want to say the last name because I would mispronounce it. Have been forced to leave their home in Warklaw, southern Poland, due to mounting public attention. The couple are reportedly at their wits' end over their daughter's actions. A source close to the couple told the Daily Mail this has been ongoing for almost 2 years, and every time the daughter gets publicity around the world, her parents' distress deepens. I last saw Dorada a few days ago, and she said it's happening again, and we have to go. And that was it. I know that the last time all this happened, they had weird messages and even death threats. This is what a source said. Staff at Dorada's shops would only confirm that she had gone away for a few days due to the publicity surrounding Julia. Another family friend said Dorada is just beside herself with anxiety. She can't even believe this has snowballed. Julia claims she cannot remember most of her childhood, which is bullshit, okay? Because she can, and she's talked about it, except for memories of the holidays and hot places with the beach and light-colored apartment buildings. She appeared on the magistrate court yesterday where it was alleged she visited the McCann's home. So what I heard was that they could probably transfer this over to like Crown Court, which is like that, higher level of court or whatever, where, I mean, is it guaranteed that she can go to jail? Potentially. And it's not going to be for like here and there, especially with the pattern of behavior here. So now it makes sense as to why that other creator was putting videos on private. Like, they're not trying to get involved or anything like that. They don't want to get involved. What do you do in a situation like this? Like, I feel for those parents too. Her bio parents, What do you do in a situation like this? Take away the internet? She's an adult. She can do whatever the hell she wants to. It's one thing to have just done this. She's been doing this consistently, guys. She's been doing this consistently. Hold up, y'all. Everybody's texting me. Bag lady, do you think that they'll put her in a mental institution? Like they'll mandate her if she's sentenced? They amped her and her delusions. Now they're hiding videos. Why do y'all think videos are being hidden? I heard that they're hiding. I mean, that's what they did with the Diddy stuff. They started hiding videos. Why would you hide things if you stand in business? That's what I want to know. Why hide videos if you're standing in business? That's the question. I always kind of have to wonder, did you get like a letter from a lawyer? Did something happen? Bueller? James, you think they'll well, she'll probably have to serve time. Sometimes, what is it? You serve time and then they deport you depending on the thing. Well, maybe if it's prison or a mental institution, my hope is that they get her help because she needs help, you guys. She does, in my opinion. And people have enabled a lot of her behavior. As an adult, isn't there anything her parents can do? There isn't anything her parents can do. The state can commit her. Upside down, right? Like there isn't anything that can be done. Not Bueller. Bueller. I'm gonna give you the Elizabeth Holmes voice. She's probably like especially with this situation. For her to, I would imagine like the delusion of this situation, y'all. But listen, anyone, Bueller, mental health facilities are underfunded in the UK as it is, James. Do you fry? James, do you think that they like wouldn't they have to evaluate her before they like put her in a mental health institution just to figure out? Because my understanding is that she does have a plethora of illnesses and she's not taking her medication, and she's not complying, and she's an adult. You can't force anybody, right? Like that's not the point. But if you're hurting people, that's not okay. I mean, we just talked about Elizabeth Holmes. She was hurting people with her Theranos invention. This is another person who's not well. And Elizabeth Holmes is still behind bars. First, they take you, then they imprison you, then they put you behind bars, then they call you crazy. Like that kind of bullshit. Then I'm like, girl, what are you doing? You still hurting people behind bars? I don't know. You said, I think she'll get what is available in jail or in prison. It's possible. It's possible. Anything is possible. Okay, so it reads the court heard she sent WhatsApp messages to Kate and Jerry McCann and Instagram messages to Madeline's siblings. What? Records at a Wardclaw registry office confirms Julia's birth certificate matches the details she provided the court. The real Madeline McCann vanished at age 3 from a holiday apartment in Pride de la Luz in May 2007. In Pride de la Luz. Julia was raised in a wealthy suburb of Wardclaw after her mother split from her biological father, who moved to Germany. Her mother, Dorata, a successful businesswoman running a chain of clothing shops, provided Julia with a private school education alongside her stepfather, who works in finance. The girl's got a lot of money, okay? Like her family can pay for her to have gone to an institution. They just don't want to hurt her. They're not trying, like somebody said, and they keep saying, well, why don't her parents, Dorada, why don't they do a DNA test? They offered to do a DNA test with Julia. Julia declined. Julia declines the things that make sense. She won't do it. She'll put 1,000 excuses, and this was a statement, and it's been said before. And now the court has the DNA, right? Now the court can really be doing the testing. Now the court has her information. So I would love it to see the delulu of the people who, if this woman gets sentenced to prison or whatever it may be, I just want to know, are you guys going to bail her? Like, what are you guys going to do with this? You going to say that it's Madeline McCann still? I just want to know. Because it might not be, she could be another child. She could be another missing child. I don't know. But she also says she was 3 other missing children. She wants to be anybody but herself. Why? Don't you guys find that interesting that she wants to be anybody but herself? Why? Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree, bag lady. And I think that, like, if anything, it's not to clear the McCanns. Whatever the McCanns did or didn't do, it's a horrible situation overall. But nobody wants to know. Like, I just want to know. Like, the girl doesn't want to be anybody but herself. She wants to be all these other missing children but herself. Why? I just have to wonder. Why? That's the question. Baby Bunny's calling me. You said she's obviously JW, but she gets fame and validation from the Delulus. I don't know, man. You said, girl be you. Be you. Maybe. BPD? Man, I don't know, man. Maybe. The McCanns have friends in very high places. Just saying, how do you think they got so much publicity so quickly? Also because she has been arrested and charged so quickly. What is that supposed to? Joyce? Is it Joycey? Joycey? I can agree that the McCanns have friends in high places. I would agree with that. But what does that have to do with, like, if she has been stalking them for 2 years, is it more logical to believe that the McCann said, you've been doing this for 2 years, therefore we're done? Like, I like to think things in a very logical place. That's just how I am, though. Like, I'm trying to understand this. That could very well be the case, but it's also the case that she's been stalking them for 2 years and she hasn't stopped, and that people on the internet have fed her delusions. That's my thought on that. That's my thought on that. It's totally crazy that the grown people enabling her and supporting her to keep up with the harassment. Yeah, that's how I see it. CEO, she's doing too much. I know I blame the parents is always the first part all the time. Get what in prison? Mental health isn't a prison provision in the psych wing. She needs proper care. I agree. I don't know, maybe, but think about it. Okay, think about it. If you go back to when this story went viral first, okay, which was back in 2023, but even before that, she was trying to basically put together a story where she was either other missing kids or Madeline McCann. Madeline McCann fit perfectly because, she's got some features that you kind of like say, oh, yeah, that could be her. But she's not telling everybody the whole truth. She's only giving portions of it. And she will make up, she will lie. She will lie, guys. She lies. And maybe that's part of the delusion. Maybe that's part of, like, even though that's there's something very wrong about that. It would be one thing to say, okay, like, she really wanted to know, this is the first time she does her DNA test, and that's that. But this has been going for 2 years, you guys. And she has gone to the point of going to the McCann's property, of calling those children. Come on, guys. If you were in that situation, you wouldn't be okay with it. And I just don't get it. I don't get it, but that's how I see it. And I know some people, I know the argument is, at least for the McCanns, and I can agree to this to a certain extent. If you have a child and you want, do the DNA. If I knew that my child was out there, do the DNA and clear it. What if they know that their child is dead? Did it ever occur to anybody that the McCanns know that their child died already? Think about it. Maybe the reason they don't want to do a DNA test is because they know that their child is dead and that child died. But listen, I like really good salacious stories. I do. But that's my thought on that. I'm in the UK. It doesn't happen that quickly unless you have friends in high places. Okay, well, Joycey, thank you for sharing that. I think that they've also been stalked by this woman, and somebody's got to put a stop on it. And maybe a restraining order had already been filed, and they've been working with detectives. She's calling the what is it, the government official places, whatever y'all call it in the UK, recording these calls and saying, I'm not going to give up, and demanding a DNA test. And they're telling her, I talked to you in 2022. I would be concerned for my safety. Y'all, no random is going to come up to my yard and say, I'm your missing child. I think, why don't you do the DNA? I don't need to do a DNA. Okay? Think about it. I think the McCanns know that their child is dead. Every time it's been about the McCanns, and what was it? A couple months after Julia's story broke, you know what they were doing? They were searching for a body up in like a riverbank. And I remember this because I also went live about this. And they thought, they even brought search dogs because they heard that Maddie's body was in this like riverbank or in this body of water. They went out there searching for this. They know, y'all, Maddie McCann is no longer alive. Okay? It's a grift. That's how I see it. Let's see. I remember all that mess when that started 2 years ago. I remember it too. Let's see. That's how I feel. They know that. I think they know that their child has passed. I'm pretty sure they know. They have no reason to. Nothing points to the connection. Random Rachel. Like, let's look at this, right? So somebody came in my comments who said that they had been adopted. Shout out to this person. And I remember reading the comment, and it said something to the effect of, like, they thought that these two individuals were their parents, and they actually had to go through like a process. It wasn't just a simple DNA. You actually have to go through like an actual process to determine if so and so is your parent. And even after they did all that, they still got it wrong. Okay. So then they were like, oh, okay. So they had to, they finally were able to find out who their biological parent was. It's not an easy process, but this is why I tell you, you have to be able to, at the very minimal, okay, before any DNA, does it factually make sense that Julia Wandelt would be Maddie McCann? At the very basis, it doesn't. They're not the same age. They don't share features. People talk about this eye thing. Yeah, she's got pigmentation on her eye that doesn't make the same columboma, whatever the hell it's called, on her. When she first came out with this story, you know what she told people? She told people that the reason she didn't have that thing in her eye was because it was operated. You can't remove that. It's a deformity. It's not operable. So she lied. And this is what made people, well, let's go check her story and find out. And then that's when we realized that she was a liar. Exactly. Sonia has had a whole series on YouTube about the McCanns. She believes Maddie died in that hotel and parents covered it up. Looney, a lot of people do. And I have to kind of wonder about this too, you know, but we're talking about two things, right? It's one thing to talk about Maddie McCann. And this is why I challenge everybody. And I say, listen, you want to talk about Maddie McCann and you want to find out what happened to her? Great. But a DNA test, and I'll say it again, it pissed off a lot of people. Okay. And I'm going to say it again. I don't care. A DNA test is not going to tell you what happened to Maddie McCann. A DNA test from Julia Wandelt, Faustina, is not going to tell you what happened to Maddie McCann. It's not. It's not. This is why I challenge you guys. And I say, hey, get it together. It's just, it's not going to tell you. Does that make sense? Let me know. And so this is the kind of stuff, and I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do like shorter videos on this to kind of remind people. But in my opinion, you guys are, you know, those that are supporting this, y'all are supporting somebody who factually is lying about who they are, who try to be three other people, because that's what she tried to do, and who can't accept the fact that she is not any of those people, that she is Julia Faustina Wandelt, okay? A person who wanted to be popular and is not, I don't know, is now for the wrong reasons, and who has struggled with herself. She's struggled with herself, and she needs to come to terms with that, and she needs mental health services for that. That's what she needs. She's not okay. It is not okay to go on the internet multiple times and say you're this person, that person, and that person, and any, many, miny, mo. Let's see which one is going to catch fire. Viral fire. That's not normal, y'all. It's not. Shout out to everybody. So shout out to Miss Sonia Polton. I would suggest that you guys check out her channel. Very nice lady who put this out here. She actually came in my comments, and I hope that her videos go out there. I had no idea that there was a criminal case, that she was under investigation. And I'm hoping that, depending on the outcome, because I think I want to report on whatever outcome happens with Julia Wandelt, because it wouldn't surprise me if they make an example out of her, that they will, especially now that it's been 2 years. It was cute when it was the first year. And I mean this like sarcastically, like it really wasn't cute. But when you did it the first time, that was one thing. Now you doing it again, it's not cute no more. And nobody's going to be patient with you. And people that are trying to like make her up to be like this little child who's trying to find out who she is. No, she's not. She's not a child, y'all. She's an adult woman who has continuously violated and harassed these people. Okay? That's my thought on that. Any questions? Let me know. I might load this to a smaller video because I got other things going on. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Shout out to everybody. She wouldn't have any credibility without a particular channel, not being willfully blind to obvious lies. Randall, Rachel, yeah. And like I said, there's been other channels that have been intentionally silenced by this person. And like I didn't defame his character. I didn't say anything. I played a video and it sounds like other people have had experience, and this has been a really bad thing. And in my opinion, I think that if you can willfully try to silence people who you say are, if you're willfully trying to silence people, other creators, what does that say about the things on your channel or the people that you speak out, like, and then you put things on private? Videos are on private because there's there are concerns about this. They're not trying to get in trouble. Sounds like a bitch ass move. Okay, that's what that sounds like to me. Sounds like a bitch ass move, and that's what I got to say about that. Let's see. Yes. Everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right, guys, I gotta go because I gotta go tend to baby bunny. But y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Y'all are amazing. Very interesting topics that we covered today. Let me know what you guys think. Agree or don't agree. That is okay. Y'all are amazing. Again, shout out to Storm and Jen. Happy birthday. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you guys on the next one. And let me shout out the people. Thank you guys for supporting again my channel. Wim, Sly, Sama, Don, Joyce. Thank you guys for your ongoing support. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.